for better we country, we for come together as a family, live in peace and harmony. So during this election, that's not to option. During this election, we don't want to tie by division. All we want for see vote without violence, vote in peace, vote without violence. Till the end they say vote without violence, vote in peace, vote without violence. Till the end they say all we want for vote without violence, all we want for sin, all we want for vote without violence. Till the end they say all we want for vote without violence, all we want for sin, all we want for vote without violence. Now not the time we for better we country, we for come together as a family, live in peace and harmony. So during this election, that's not to option. During this election, we don't want to tie by division. All we want for see vote without violence, vote in peace, vote without violence. Till the end they say vote without violence, vote in peace, vote without violence. Till the end they say all we want for vote without violence, all we want for sin, all we want for vote without violence. Till the end they say all we want for vote without violence, all we want for sin, all we want for vote without violence. Now not the time we for better we country, we for come together as a family, live in peace and harmony. So during this election, that's not to option. During this election, we don't want to tie by division. All we want for see vote without violence, vote in peace, vote without violence. Till the end they say vote without violence, vote in peace, vote without violence. Till the end they say all we want for vote without violence, all we want for sin, all we want for vote without violence. Till the end they say all we want for vote without violence, all we want for sin, all we want for vote without violence. Now not the time we for better we country, we for come together as a family, live in peace and harmony. So during this election, that's not to option. During this election, we don't want to tie by division. All we want for see vote without violence, vote in peace, vote without violence. Till the end they say vote without violence, vote in peace, vote without violence. Till the end they say. Alright, family, good afternoon and welcome to the program Current Events, where they come to you on TDN Africa Media. We want to wish you a wonderful Saturday morning. We will bring the program country now. Me on name na AMADU S. Bar.
Your name is EZEKIEL A. KOROMA.
Inside the program Current Events, we can talk about things them where we know say they happen and we can't see Mama Salon. Like now. We can also take your own views. Now the program, also you go tell we about what they happen around or make a contribution for anything where they happen or where they discuss at the program. You can do that by sending your text message or call me to the number where they shown at the screen, or you drop your comments now we comment section. As we go read them out, because TDN Africa Media then I also will bring you credible, independent and unbiased news. And inside the program today, we want to talk about citizen reaction where they give over the 72 hours deadline where Dr. Samura Kamara gave to the ECSL and the government of Sierra Leone for looking to before we go into the general election at the last press conference where them be all now the Brookfield Hotel where the Najomo Kenyatta Road. And we go also one for analyze that press conference day, proper one, and as well look at the demands them where Dr. Samura Kamara make, and look at the 72 hours ultimatum itself, because we know say for now, politically and in the whole electoral process, that's one of the key topics then. And we go also look at the Sierra Leone People's Party, the young reaction after we Dr. Samura Kamara been get that particular press conference day. We see say the Sierra Leone People's Party been react to that particular occurrence day as well on Thursday. And we also see Usai, the ECSL boss, Mohamed Konneh, finally respond to Dr. Samura Kamara in 72 hours demand, where one of them have been that the ECSL Chief Electoral Commissioner and other commissioner them for resign forthwith, and that's before don't happen within 72 hours from where Dr. Samura Kamara be make that statement there. And then we will also therefore look at the June 12th and the June 13th sit-at-home strike as an analysis, because family them know say all what may happen last week, it been get for do with strike and of course political press conferences will be happen. So we'll go for a short break. When we come back, we can continue for discuss then in the also the program. Not go no side, continue for the watch TDN Africa Media.
All we want for sin, all we want for sin, all we want for sin. TD and they say, all we want for sin, all we want for sin, all we want for sin. Now not the time we for better, we country, we for come together as a family, live in peace and harmony. So during this election, feds not to...
All right, welcome back to the program Current Events with the Kamara from TDN Africa Media. Today, we come take with time for review some of the stories that we don't cover over the week, and the members in a weekend, and we expect you, and we expect a lot of your friends for being our hosts and listen with, and I believe so you get forget time for making your own inputs in the program Current Events as we discuss things and way when they happen over the week. And not forget for making comments now with Facebook and YouTube page, and also the number we see appear on the screen. You can call me and or you drop a text message. And at the end of the day, as the program they go, we go read them, love yourself, get your view. So stay connected as we look into the topics proper and see how we're able for talk on them, as you said, listen we will give you an opinion. So we go with the APC press conference. We believe say everybody aware of this. Say APC been called a press conference, basically for looking to issues surrounding the ECSL, with the voter list and when I say the voting said don't take place, and a lot of things that we raised at the conference where we want to look into and try for bring to fumble them within that conference they don't become, which now that's come so far. And we find out say inside the conference at the end of the day, Dr. Samura give the ECSL 3 days for making them decide whether for resign, or basically for resign as he put them from the office. So we want to look at them proper and see how we go in for we listen and go learn a lot from the conference.
Yeah. And of course, Elijah, say, I beg your pardon, EZEKIEL, this particular press conference come just after we see, say, APC been only get several engagements, as according to them. They been only get several engagements with the ECSL I mean, through written documents, sometimes in the PPLC meeting. So I think through the political party liaison committee meetings, then don't they channel the dissatisfactions, especially on the operations of the commission. We're responsible for present a very, very credible and free, fair election to the country. And we see say on several occasions, the All People's Congress Party been known to make their own calls with regards to irregularities where then things say don't they show up, and no action not don't be taken by the ECSL in order for meet to some of the things that we don't they ask for. And we also see a case where then they request for the voters registration list or voter register, we like go give an idea to the political parties as to how many people they really register for these elections, how many way they alive, how many way no they, and with so many other irregularities where then things say they are on the elections. And it reached a point, the executive head of the party come for say, okay, maybe we would talk, then no one can see us, but let's get with flag bearer for talk this time around. That is to say, let we flag bearer, in the leader for the party for now. Now in the nation, they hope say, go be one of the candidates then we from and go get for votes for. So let him speak now. And not so like the party leader not be known they speak, but through the party executive, they don't they channel the concerns them on several radio shows, and don't they make their concerns them known to even the international community, to civil society, to the media, because most of the times when they can put out press conferences regarding things that we don't okay about, then they call the media. So they really don't highlight so many things then to the ECSL and where they expect the ECSL for don't they act upon. But the ECSL kind of like they give blind eyes to them stuff then they. And so okay, now make we call the international community, since we know say the international community and international observers, as well as the Fourth Estate, members of we party, and as well as citizens of the state. Make we flag bearer in talk now and make the demand the way they wish for. And a lot of people don't they discuss the demands the way Dr. Samura make. Some describe some of the demands the way make will be ambiguous. Some say reasonable. Some say unreasonable. Some say it timely. Some say it not timely. But whether or not it's timely, or whether or not timely, whether or not ambiguous, but you first of all want to know if the demanding way they make a genuine demand them, and if then demand them they, then what's looking at. And in all honesty, one of the demand the way beaucoup people then say not necessary. Now way the flag bearer of the All People's Congress, they call on the resignation. I mean the immediate resignation for the ECSL boss and other commissioner then tender the resignation with immediate effect. I don't think saying that impose you want impose on them. Now because they don't lost confidence in them. And if political parties are part of the EMBs, then are part of the election management body them. If a particular flag bearer not get confidence in a set of persons where now them for administer certain things, in my view, now in right for say I not get confidence in them people there, thinking let them resign. So now when they resign, I'm gonna give them more confidence. Now I'm gonna make you feel say, well, I get confidence in the election. And it not only make the demand by saying them for resign, But he make recommendation that let them get an accredited independent body where now for carry on with the election process. A lot of people talk about the timeliness. Someone say, oh no, we don't print ID card, don't be registration, don't be done. ID card verifications don't be done. ID card don't be distributed. Elections don't be waiting and call. Nominations don't happen. Then the politicians then don't subscribe to all with ECSL pool. Why APC not be known they make then request there or then demand there prior to this time. And now then they make them. But they may not they put out the dissatisfactions. Not so. With the hope that they're going to be rectified. And if at all not, they're not been done, they rectify them all this while. Maybe now you make them come out with then demand there so now. And at this nick of time. Because if you complain, but the ID card, they not give you audience. You complain, but the late availability of the voter register, they not give you audience. And if you also receive the voter register, you complain, say the data not complete, and you do not have the full data. You understand? It go prompt you for make you resolve, say, oh no, this, it's not like na baits they don't set for me. Make I not use me or oil fry myself. So probably you look at and say, them in the them they try for be, you go say, APC in the try for be reasonable to some point that them been feel say the all people's the Electoral Commission of Sierra Leone go able for meet so they request them or for able for rectify some of the gray areas where they may know highlight in the process of the election. Because election, not so for go votes no more, but the process of the election, the process of that voting day for be free, credible, and fair. Every step taken for be seen genuine, if for be seen not orchestrated, if for be seen not premeditated, if for be seen open. And openness na one thing way for be seen in any electoral process. Elect na small election, but let the process of that election day be seen very, very clean. So a lot there around where meetings say prompt that press conference day. And in my view, the press conference been timely. A lot of people say, oh no, we just get 11 days to the election when they host the press conference. Well, it don't matter. What's it matter really now the fact that these concerns, those concerns where the party be on the present or where the flag bearer be on the present. Because even on the day of nomination, I can vividly remember when I watch him, it's all complaint say, he not trust the commission because he feels say demand for be transparent and enough for serving boss. And who than in boss, you go say who appoints nine at the boss. So it been very, very direct that you don't really trust the process. Like the flag bearer be don't make that very clear not to today. So to say it be late for come out with the press statement on all the happenings around elections because we get for we just get 11 days to election, and no matter. To me, now I think said at the right time than they even get for putting view out. But the press conference, in my view, when it comes to the timeliness, you know, the ambiguity of the demands the way they make, I don't think say anything ambiguous. If you not trust something, you not trust them. You know, it's just like when we work in our office. If you institution not trust you too much, then they lay you off. And if you say in the process of working with the institution, if you find out say the institution not look credible, all you get for do not for resign. So you see, and we really get for analyze as we go forward. But EZEKIEL, in light of the timeliness of the press conference, you look at the genuineness of what's in the demands that we make. I would say, especially in the area of the resignation of the ECSL boss and the other commissioner there, I think Nadande I will get for say as we move on, I will make me other point there.
Yeah, you rightly say the truth. you see anything where somebody they do, gets reasons why they do them. You know, in the part of the ECSL, in the part of the APC as opposition leader party, they get various reasons why all of them why they happen.
Yeah.
You know, you see Samura Kamara, Dr. Samura Kamara, the ECSL 3 days, 72 hours, making a resign. So he gets reasons, and if you listen carefully, I did go with his speech. He highlighted almost all the problems where APC as a party don't they face under the ECSL, and even make reference on the government.
Yeah.
You know, all of the problems where then they face. And actually, according to him, not being as a party or individual, not being actually gets within he wants at the end of the day from the ECSL and the government.
Yeah.
Because most of them complaints here where they come, you know, the ECSL not just they fully comply with the concerns where the APC opposition party they raise, you know, as well as the government, you know, when it comes to the security side, when I say we they see the intervention of state security, we they see the intervention of other securities, where they come inside and try for do things that we're not pleasing. So if I say the APC as a party, they raise all of them concerned in that conference day. You know, so at the end of the day, but the most serious points that the one we get for deal with the ECSL, because they know say now the only way that one day really you could expect a change of government. You know, if you get a role in government, I can use the adjective word, sometimes they're not too responsible on their work. And if I say citizens, know they citizens they suffer under the regime, then you only wait when there is a voting time for let you see need for change that government. But when it comes to the institution where they conduct this election, I think that one is very, very important. You know, to some extent, we say Dr. Samura they call on the ECSL and the commissioners for making a resign. I think now because of the thing they wait and don't they raise, ECSL know they actually they hurry up or they kind of pay attention in order for see they able to come and set them out. You know, we even understand say even this early voting where the ECSL just conduct, you know, then raise concern say they don't even get a list of the people the way they vote, their name, then passports, numbers, then everything, then tickets, get all these things given to political parties. I think that let me expect actually for be done. They're not actually there against the conduct of the early voters, because then say they understand say then one they are not citizens.
Yeah.
And they want for deprive the right, not for votes, but like let the right thing be done. Now that concern they raise. So if you see Dr. Samura Kamara they give 72 hours to the ECSL boss and the commissioners for resign, I think the issue is also surrounding the elections mainly, and now because of them fail for address some of these things, I think it make the party go this kind of extent. And we see say the 72 hours undone, and we understand say from the interview from the BBC, we see the response of Dr. Samura Kamara say, well, as a party, they get for engage and see what's not the second step of actions where they get for, they get for pull. So we need to understand, say, we live in a democracy state. We are in everybody for kick and ball. You know, if the ball comes to you, you need for kick them. And when they kick them, you know, for kick them to your own company. To your own the person who are today at the same game. But if you kick out to the next man, let yourself see how that ball did, whether the ball get weight or he lights, something like that.
Yeah.
So ECSL, in as much as when they do their activities, when they do their activities, then pass and give political parties and say, now this we don't do, what you not say? Let there be room for suggestion from political parties or views from political parties.
Exactly.
Even though some extent would they see actually the ECSL, they call on political parties, they engage together. Well, like when it comes to doing the job, we see the oversight of it, when it is. So it's actually come to in a way that we see over with all of these cries from the APC party, we see this one when it comes to asking the ECSL boss and the commissioner for resign. We see say the SLPP as a party, they say they raise concern, and even though we will come to that, so they raise concern. So if I say the thing don't come to the point that people don't begin interested in the issue now. Political parties say where they pay, nobody respond to some of these complaints where the APC party they make. It don't come to a time that they say don't respond, and we see how quick they respond. Call a press conference and all. So now they tell you say some issues, then they it better the person deal with them rather for just ignore, because you don't know that thing. I can say it rotates back. It rotates back and it come back outside been there, and at that we don't see so. So we not gonna know next which will be the outcome of the party in the issue as to why the ECSL, of course, response say they're not go resign. So we're not gonna know which is the outcome of the APC party. So ECSL they know they resign, and again we're not gonna know waiting where APC self get for pulling you. We're not gonna know waiting at the reaction of the ECSL and all our political parties. Now, so me they see how the trend of the press conference they go.
Yeah. Well, like you say one thing we I take note of. If you don't complain too much, then it look like say nobody know they listen to you. They begin to find other means for let you go able for clear your mind.
Sure.
And we all know say election for win and a strategy. But let your strategy not be for rogue.
Yeah.
Especially in these days where people their mind they're open, people they're so conscious of every single thing where they happen around them. Before you know it, social media go don't take over. So we're not going to see them kind of situation in this during this election, because then they first of all go get for cause a lot of problem. We something we go begin to see a case of people that way their name not in a register, they begin boss and center them. So but let this register day. The register info day, and if the political party then forgive them, then for able forgive them before then they go to the polls. So that they go don't study and understand and know what's in there in this register so. And then back get a figure within the 8. But we'll get for see how we'll get for count clip on that day, so that family will see what's in other citizens their own view on that. But don't forget say you yourself can call you to the number where they show on the screen, or you drop your comments in the comment section, so that you yourself go make your contribution na the program. These are current events where they come to you on TDN Africa Media, and continue for the watch as we continue for the analyze the situations. We continue with the program, and we want for swiftly go to the SLPP, the press conference, where they have been all. Usai then go talk about the issues we're relating to waiting Dr. Samura Kamara writes the ECSL for, and that of the government of Sierra Leone. Because in Dr. Samura Kamara's speech, like what EZEKIEL say, Dr. Samura not only talked to the boss for ECSL, when Mr. Mohamed Konneh, but they also talked to retired Julius Madabio, His Excellency, where the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, on certain things then. One, we get for do it, the fact that then they asked the power for create a level playing field for a violence-free political participation, especially now the strongholds of the ruling government. They also go ahead and call on the government for release all political prisoners, including Atopias, where we believe say a just wedded man, where they Usiwef, and now a young man where just they try for like be who that's supposed for being in the political landscape by speaking truth to power. Because now that's some of we don't know Atopias for. And so call on the presidents for talk to the SLPP supporters across the country for create the level playing field for other political parties them for participate. I think saying as something where the president really need for speak to. Because we don't see a situation where Samura Kamara face a huge intimidation at one time in Abo. It don't happen at Konneh, it don't happen at Kailan. And the intimidation they continue through the police then and other districts there. Like Konneh, we don't see how police get confrontation with supporters of Dr. Samura Kamara. And you find out, say, if all of these things they happen, you don't get nobody way that's the rest and shoulder, if not to the president. Because the president, now in their points, whether they head the police. So many times when people talk about the issues relating to the country, as you link onto the president, people in the future say something at the presidency, you know, like. But the president is being blamed because now they make the appointments. So, and you not go just make appointments without you not on the monitor the activities of the person where you appoint. All the appointees, you for able monitor them, especially when you appoint them, who can serve Mama Salon. So for the sake of service, once you appoint them, you get for monitor them, for make sure say, then they do the right thing. So most times when the police, they go out there for execute their duties, when they can go out of the way, people they blame the government of the day or people they blame the presidency. Now because then they expect them for speak. Now, see for waiting they happen like na Konneh anytime where Dr. Samura Kamara and the APC party go there. If the president, like where they go and talk to now in campaigns, say the leader, the former leader and chairman of the All People's Congress Party for come out and denying Adebayo. The presidents will also turn up now the same podium then they tell the people them say, una look, when them people they come for campaign now, una give a chance. In this same campaign, suicide request, make the request there. If you do that, I believe say there is no reason we're going to make Dr. Samura Kamara feel say the government of the day not create the level playing field for them for participate in the political landscape of Sierra Leone, especially in the strongholds of the ruling government. I tell you for sure, I've been getting an opportunity for travel for go Moyamba at one point. We're on one side of the south, right? I've been going on a funeral ceremony. We go pay respect to my mama and sister. I take my time for see if any poster of the opposition government, the opposition party, they na that particular side. I begin to watch. I see the ruling party get But I don't see none of the oppositions. So I take my time for beginning to ask people them why. And what about the opposition party supporter then say the last year we try am, the morning we not see the banner again. And why that they happen? You not go say that because now the ruling party in stronghold. You go say that because the ruling party in leadership not on they speak up against that. Because if the ruling party don't they speak up against that, I don't think say the supporters then go do am. He come to the release of political prisoners. Nobody no go deny say political prisoners not on the day. You take people where them be arrested from let's say from July when the situation at McKinney be happen. You come for take people them where them be arrested at Tombo. You come for take people them where them be arrested at McKinney and for August 10 as well. All those people you can describe them as political prisoners. Because these are people them will come out for protests for them fundamental human rights. You understand? You take like the Lonsar situation for instance. These are young people that will come out. If you say they not do the right thing for a particular company where they believe say they serve them. And they arrest them, they lock them. So that now a few of them where something get political connection, now they end up for come out. Some them still there where they inside. And you take the McKinney situation for instance. If you don't communicate to the people there, why you go pull generator? Na den city. You just go pull and come out today. Then the people then grab and protest for their rights and then arrest them. That is a political something. Because why you do them? You see them for being an opposition. That is why you arrest them. And series of these things don't they happen. Say to this election. Then they arrest opposition party supporters. Maybe sometime then see them on a day where the ruling party they do something. Sometimes they see them, then back they get their own small thing at their own party corner, they arrest them. Or sometimes the day where they come out for campaign, police arrest them for something where they go describe as an unlawful act. And if all of those things they continue for happen to the opposition party that supports them, they have a reason to call on the government of the day and the presidency for seek for release them people there. Look at Atopias. We all know the situation of Atopias. Atopias now being it don't speak against the ills of this particular government here so from the word go. So any attempt for arrest such kind person and lock him up, automatically you don't turn a political prisoner. And that's going to be seen as something when at the government of the day or the presidency and the influencer. So, for call on the presidency for say, then for release all the political prisoners, including Atopias, I think say the presidency will respond to that by giving the demand a weight to the points that them for act upon them. Therefore, act upon them because if all of these people will don't lock up now opposition party people them, everybody get one reason for belief saying that because something they don't talk bad about the government, or they don't speak out on the issues where they don't say the government no they do well on, because first no go just grab the talk bad against the government. If the government do well, everybody go praise the government. We don't see in cases then where people then they oppose self, then they take their time for oppose. As long as they know saying that the right thing you do. Take for instance in the press conference when Dr. Samura Kamara been making case, when he reached to the Jewry Act, the Gender Equality Act. He make reference of and saying that one of the acts then where them push fast, but he accepts them again, say that a positive act because they give opportunity to woman them for let them able for participate. So you define out say nobody not hates the government to the point that they not say them for talk to who side they not for talk to. But who side the governments go wrong? The governments for act upon it. So the presidency then supposed for act upon this press conference here so. And then supposed for act upon the demand by trying to make sure that the supporters where the non-proof say na APC supporters, because I do believe say APC don't tell them who that then are their own supporters. APC don't tell them who that then are their own supporters. And who that then are their own supporters, once they don't tell them say now we supporter than this, and will not think say they mean any negative thing, then just be one stand for the right. Therefore, release them by now. And all the party supporters, the way they don't arrest and doing campaigns or for sake of something where don't happen, as long as they don't recognize them people and they say that they supporter, then therefore release them. The one that way they don't recognize as their supporters, then let the police investigate within the matter, then come out with charges against them. But look like at Sopias, for instance, you know, go keep somebody without you not charge them. It's unfair. And if the APC flag bearer they call on the government for make them release their supporters, then that's something where them for listen to EZEKIEL.
Yeah, you rightly said the truth. Because we see say the press release it draw two people here. One, the ECSL and two, the president.
Yeah.
For make actually let's see and make it send a message, because no matter how you say it gets control over the police, the soldier, everybody, and no sign not then at the country where will get edge over the opposition party and or will get that kind of crowd or support, because in 90 rule and in one for continue for rule. And so therefore now all sign now except you get for give back somebody for camp.
Yeah.
But for the fact that 90 day now. So like anything is say or you tell people, I think say people go abide to that.
Yeah.
You know, it just feel a lot more where you get in our house. This speaking they make a problem now they make problem in the street.
Yeah.
So if you sabi in Papa, they can lodge that picking day to in Papa.
Yeah.
I mean that picking day in Papa tell and say not do this. The picking must listen to him daddy.
True.
You know, so now that's the opposition they try for call on the president's AMADU for series for tell him supporters for stop for intimidate the APC supporters.
Exactly.
In order for use the security, the state security, in order for take advantage of the opposition party. Because when they say most of them violence are where they come up, the people who they see now the police and supporters of the SLPP, you know, we are in the one game entrance for going to the Konneh. People then block. What are you think saying that them blocker? Not so. You don't go say that APC go blocker. No. And the police are there when then tear they happen.
Yeah.
You know, they're not able to cool the situation. That they see people and they boast, people and they make. We don't see any action towards the police. So then people and the way they try for block the road. You know, but when you look at when it comes to the when you look at the the other side, like when some of the things that really happen at the opposition strongholds, some of them say they don't tolerate them. The police not tolerate them. Once they see violence will take place, if they not fire tear gas, then they make sure say they arrest people away involved.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the SLPP stronghold, some of them say, common. We know they see a common to them impact. So like for let Dr. Samura call on the president, for they talk to him people them in order for make them stop for intimidating supporters, not for scare them during the time for good votes. I think it's necessary as a leader, we don't rule this country, for tell the people them, say, then where they come, we are not good. I don't want direct them out for talking, but like let's tell the supporters say, these nine political parties, we said they get right for enter any corner of the country. And if you not support them, I think not go to them their meetings. If you not want to see them, they go your way. If you not say they do business in the street, they don't want to see them, then close the business. I want grade they know they're doing nothing. You know, something like that. If in the carry some of them message here, I think most of them violence will take place during campaigns. And know they happen, or you know go too much. But because of the president's SSSF, we know they see, even though, yeah, in some situations they talk about peace, SLPP is a peace party, peaceful party, this, that. But like some violence is the way they go on. In word, if finally it send peaceful messages across them violences in there. When they do them, you just see the tension, the low. You know, people the way they do them thing they are, then say go afraid because the part don't talk. Say, hey, then say what they do say, Ibado, a member say, then why I want they do too. Now you come in Sierra Leoneans.
Exactly.
So some of them say if the president don't they do this, I think say some of them say enough happen. You know, when it comes to the ECSL again, we see say, of course, it's too much on their own side because most of the thing the way the APC they say, we know they see that kind of action for the ECSL. They do, you know. What they see say, instead of we see a positive, well, I'm not going to say, or respond, well, like we go satisfy the opposition party, the APC party, instead, now other different thing we hear from the boss, say, no, go resign. What about other things we need for address? The ECSL carefully take the time for go through or listen to the message where Dr. Samura give, or read through the press release where them pull, or for just intentionally ignore other issue them and focus on the resignation where Dr. Samura give at the press release. And that's we see they respond to. Other things they are not responded to, you know. And so if I
Now not the time we for better, we country, we for come together as a family, live in peace and harmony. So during this election, that's not an option. During this election, we don't want no tribal division. All we want for see, vote without violence. Vote in peace. Vote without violence. Till the end they say, vote without violence. Vote in peace. Vote without violence. Till the end they say, all we want for vote without violence. All we want for sin, all we want for vote without violence. Till the end they say, all we want for vote without violence. All we want for sin, all we want for vote without violence. Now not the time we for better, we country, we for come together as a family, live in peace and harmony. So during this election, That's not an option. During this election, we don't want no tribal division. All we want for see vote without violence. Vote in peace. Vote without violence. Till the end they say vote without violence. Vote in peace. Vote without violence. Till the end they say all we want for vote without violence. All we want for sin, all we want for vote without violence. Till the end they say all we want for sin. All we want for sin. All we want for sin. Now not the time we for better, we country, we for come together.
All right, Vamble them. Welcome back to the program Current Events where they come to you on TDN Africa Media. Remember, say yourself can tell we what's in they happen around you, or if you want to make your contribution, anything all they discuss in the program here so today, yourself can call to the number where they show on the screen, or you drop your comments in the comment section. We go read them out. And not forget, say today we talk about the All People's Congress press conference. Usai Dr. Samura Kamara they make a demand to the ECSL and the government of Sierra Leone. Later on inside the program, we will go with the views of citizens on waiting and think about that demand with Dr. Samura Kamara make. And then we go also want to take this time out for look into the Sierra Leone People's Party, their young press release, press conference, I beg your pardon, where them pull. So inside their young press release with them pull, then also try for react to some of the things them way the All People's Congress Party being say concerning the ECSL and the president, when President Dr. Julius Maada Bio and the SLPP government. According to the SLPP, one of the allegations then where the APC puts forward now that the ECSL boss na a carrier of a party card, where then they assume say the party card na the ruling party where they in governance. According to the SLPP party, they say that's not a complete ploy for spoil the character of Mohammed Konneh, as they not believe say the man independent. They also go ahead and state say when it comes to the voter register, no law no day we say the ECSL for give voter register, national voter register for to political party them. As then things say, then they go against the privacy of citizens them where they register for votes. They also go ahead and state say when it comes to the political and level playing field, when they ask the presidents for create that the presidents will not announce the election over 1 year ago, where the presidents we don't do the announcements. They will show say the president may always ready for get the country into a free, fair election. And they also rob much on the violence and wake up on the intimidation. Beside them blow a blame game say the APC don't they intimidate their supporters them across the country, especially na the strongholds of the opposition party. So it come for appear like say one person there for and another person they against EZEKIEL in this particular matter.
Yeah, exactly. Because what they say, well, we not go say that on Nangi, but like and that's what they see. But like good practice of democracy, for be so. And sometimes again we need to be we learn book. We need to tell the people them we not learn book say and so for do things. Even though they expect some compromises into some extent.
Yeah.
But like for too much let's be professional. I think so it happened at the Western world.
Exactly.
And not mean say they're not angels them, or they know they do anything, or what they do is 100% genuine, no? But if you look at the way and manner that they do things, if I not say, they see more good things than the bad things. You know, that it tells you the manner in which then they handle some situation. You know, so I believe as like me, educated person, I think say now so making just believe say for work, things away for true, when it come to true, Lord we say the truth. And some things away we will not say they are wrong. Then we say them say these things are wrong. You know. So now that's me to look at this way. Because if we say whether they can make them, whether they say we're not going to move nowhere, and we set a bad precedent to we on picking them, and finally say this 21st century picking them, or these days, you know, say learning don't become so fast that I like now small people they understand the dynamics which they go on.
True.
And pass you the person we don't where you big for, or you big for that picking. Because then they learn fast through phone, through internet, through various means. And in a person, then born you take 30, 40 years, you don't know it's on the internet. Now, when you go to 50, you can see internet. So you don't go get more time for spend at the internet. You know, but that younger person, when they're born and meet them, they embrace her, you know the thing. So they learn more faster than you. So if I say, the smaller ones they copy from we. So once they begin to see some things and way contrary to society, then they go tend for embrace them and begin practice them. And when they practice them, the outcome are negative.
Yeah.
So I think when we follow the practice of democracy, you go find out they enjoy the system. You go enjoy the system. But once we go against the democracy principles, then we will feel say, we begin to say, hey, this system not fine. Democracy, I think say, let we change them. We'll look at another way how we go able to run with state. You know what I tell you, when you look at democracy, you actually tolerate that freedom of speech. And also the constitution, they give you the right for speech. And you get responsibilities where are attached to that.
Yeah.
And once you follow your responsibilities and you are given the freedom of speech, or say how things and way ugly, I think that person forget that right. For let's say I'm out.
Yeah.
Rather, the person go down exercise his responsibilities as a citizen. Then when it comes to saying the right, then he deprive her. You know, so you look at the system very rough and negative to people. The system they appear so negative to people that people they go for hate democracy because which they go on not really fine. You know, even when it comes to electing the president, if no more there is free and fair election. You know, AMADU, we know they see the game go for the game. They appear like say like well no more they play football, even though foul they this that. But like they see the way they play the foul.
Yeah.
And the final say the referee, they give warning. When he pass mark, they pull it out of the game.
True.
You know, so now something like that, when democracy, they see elections side they conduct. When he play foul, then they say umpire you. And then they notice you when he continue, you get the security,
yes,
they take it off. They say, okay, you go end that first. Because no can cause a whole problem from this center. You know, so to me, if no more we actually look at the things and we follow what's not the principle behind democracy. I mean, this turn I give it this calm, this we're not gonna labor too much that side they follow, we begin to do them. And we at the end of the day, you know, they set good precedents for we who feature picking them, you know. Rather it is show we say we set a precedent we are in the next generation will suffer more than we.
Yeah.
You know, also for more than this. That's me they look at the thing, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you make a very good contribution when it comes to that particular ARD. I mean, this issue of do me or do you get for stop them.
Sure.
Like, oh, so many people then get this saying now. Nobody know the feds ruling government. Nobody know the feds ruling government.
Yeah.
But why the ruling government for one for letting feds and force?
Yes.
You know, when the ruling governments all you for do now for galvanize the support, try for win the people them over. So you don't go look like na feds you feds the people then. You know, so we want for this 72 hour, although the 72 hour don't elapse.
Maybe
but we hope that by Monday we will come back to fumble them and see what you will gather around that particular thing there. But we also want to analyze the electoral commissioner, the chief electoral commissioner in speech. Usai give closing remarks and Usai also able to react to Dr. Samura Kamara in call for make them resign in other commissioner them. We want to bring that slot day in for people them and then we can analyze them when we come back. Continue for the one.
Good morning. Good day. Very much happy for just two reasons. For times when Union say the Electoral Commission, the Chief Electoral Commissioners and other commissioners will not resign. Will not resign. We conduct these elections. As a matter of fact, the election will start. As we talk presidential election, they go on right now for the early voters. And I'm happy for report saying we get party representatives then and then all the centers are voting. So election will start. And they encourage political parties or let them continue for campaign until the last day and let them go participate on the polling. That's the only way this.
All right, fumble them. If you just join the program where you watch the current events where they come to you on TDN Africa Media. Remember, say yourself can call or send you text message to the number where they show on the screen. Make a contribution to the program concerning all what you want to discuss inside the program, or you tell me about what's going to happen around your community, or you get any credible news where you want to investigate any reports, but we go gladly want to do that because we there for to bring you independent, credible, and unbiased news. The video clip where you just watch now the Electoral Commissioner of the Electoral Commission of Sierra Leone, the Chief Electoral Commissioner, I beg your pardon, in the person of Konneh, in the returning officer for the 2023 June 24 multi-tier election. Of course, part of the demand then we Dr. Samura Kamara be make now Usai they ask that particular body day for make them resign because in think say that body day that the commissioner and in other balance commissioner then they're not credible at all not. And we see how the Chief Electoral Commissioner respond. In my view, in my opinion, the response no treats Dr. Samura Kamara in demand with any seriousness. The response shows say the ECSL boss get in your motive, in my view, because it was a very diplomatic and strategic meeting. Now, in that process, the Dr. Samura Kamara highlights to the point of reaching that one for resign. As an institution, a very responsible institution, if you want to respond to such kind and demand, if even you know say na something you get for duty personality, you don't get for treat with so much of emotions. Me go on for say the Chief Electoral Commissioner became very, very emotional. The fact that the opposition party flag bearer, they question incredibility. You know, look at the circumstances. We don't put incredibility on the line. You know, sometimes in life, if they call you thief man, if even they don't catch you the thief. But look at the processes. What's in the occur will make them call you thief man. And if you for clear identity, then they for make them not continue for call you thief man, then you go clear them. But you know, go just kind of you say they don't call you thief man. You say, oh no, you see when they call me thief man. Well, I want a business. If you want, you take a normal say me not thief man. Yes. Everybody go just continue say, see, what be the tell one saying a thief man? It's just an analogy. I know they say the Chief Electoral Commissioner and a thief man. But as in the case of how he respond to Dr. Samura Kamara and the call from the APC party, the APC party get every right for things say, oh, this man, a one for proof, so we say, he really ready for serve whosoever appoint him. And all the things the way they do, it deliberate. That response to me, now that kind way they, if na me make demand, you respond to me. So now that kind way they me accept you respond. Like all what you plan is deliberate, and that you not get remorse for none of the things the way they complain about, and that you not care what thing will happen after, and that you just want for do what you don't plan for do. Ezekiel.
Yeah, Amadi, I think the responses where the ECSL boss do, me they consider say one the place where I go make this confession, you know, actually a nice place because already the meeting established for another purpose.
Yeah.
And there is an agenda where strictly the chairperson will go along with.
Yeah.
So responses from the ECSL boss on that meeting day, that briefing where the ECSL being called for observers and national and international observers for the election. I think say to me, they consider them as if fall under AOB. Just like where they get, it don't make you meeting agenda, they start, then maybe other things and they will come under any other business. So like now that's me they look at them. Any other business. Now the commissioner be just retriever. But like you say, the manner in which he responds, he not treats the thing with respect.
Yeah.
To waiting the opposition call for, especially to waiting Dr. Samura call for.
Yeah.
Because in that kind of meeting there, I don't think say if put that kind of statement there under AOB.
Yeah.
Under AOB. I hope you understand what
I understand.
Put them under AOB. We another part of the agenda which you know they going to discuss as ECSL. You call for a briefing for national and international observers, waiting they for do with regards to accreditation and other things. Then you get forget questions and answer. So even you look at the personalities, the people who have been there within the world. I not say they're not necessary for observe if ECSL actually call another meeting for do official response to waiting APC say.
Yeah.
You get for expect the media. You get for expect other people and we get for observe the election. That's beautiful. But like the kind of people away for expect for Dede, not to all Dede. Like actually in that kind of meeting in there, for let ECSL for respond to Dr. Samura and demands, we expect the presence of the PPRC.
Yeah.
We for expect the presence of the ONS, or at least a representative from the government. Because in the press statement, we get something we get for do with the government side. We like, if you don't get for do, let it be a collaborative work with the government and the ECSL.
True.
The ECSL institution as an institution to make them do a kind of formal response to things and where the opposition highlighted at the press release.
Yeah.
But not to forgo subject response under AOB. You know, so the way it treats them, it just take them like where you get your party. The party tells you, oh man, what did they do? So, you know, son, forget about this thing.
Yeah, it treats them with, with levity.
Yes, with just that kind of friendly, or just that. You know, say you get the way a manner you talk to a friend, and you get the way a manner you talk to somebody where like all high position. The language will be different.
It's true.
But like we still say this is not a problem as to me assessment. If you look at over the years, the way a manner things go, the responses from the political leaders not actually good. So some of them think that way they happen. You know, things they will get for doing the states, Sierra Leone as a country, when we see say we daddy, we not President Bio, the way a manner sometimes they come and respond to some issues, not actually they go down well with citizens. And so if we see this from the ECSL boss, I mean, now something like you get a boss, you see a boss, you say come, you say, okay, I'm a boss, you say, now so they work. You know, that kind of thing. And so to me, it's not a surprise if we begin to see that kind of thing and they happen.
Yeah.
You know, to people where they in power right now, where they in authority to government institutions. So it's not a news. It's not a surprise because we see them day and day. We see them every day. You know, most of the things that they happen, we see the responses of the leaders. Them, you know, we expect them. You know, leadership. You have to actually put yourself sometimes in the situation of the people the way they rule. But once you tend to be above in all situations, then you know they exhibit a good qualities of the leaders.
Exactly.
And once you fail for them, then at the end of the day, people not going to take you as a very good leader, but they go see as that leader way bad, that leaders way no one take correction, that leaders way something happen, no one care for his subjects. And this is bad. When you look at a democracy state like this, whether we get a head of state or we get people in authority, when problems they come, they're not able to respond positively.
Yeah.
And again, for you identify say this person a good leader. Now when problem come,
It's true.
how you approach the problem, how you solve the problem. Now people they assess your leadership qualities or your ability.
It's true.
But once you begin blunder in your response to conflict, you're not a good leader. And people not going to like you for that.
Yeah.
You know? So now so may they look at that.
No, I think I want to subscribe to your analysis. You know, if you know where you lead, the first thing you get for sets for the fact that you get for always no say if you lead right. So if you lead right, when they tell you when they remind you of the right thing moving you away from the wrong thing, you appreciate them.
Yeah.
You know, you really appreciate that. And like you say, it not been strategic for let the commissioner respond to the APC leader and demand or in demand that kind of way. Because one, like you say, the events that be different events, we're strictly being able to do about giving a briefing to accredited media houses and local and international observers. So, and if you not say, even the journalists, nobody not ask questions around that.
Yeah, because the journalists are we are.
Yes.
Not a team for
exactly. Not a topic of discussion. Yeah. So nobody not ask question around that at all. Not so because in the commission are not been there, but it can be meets up the question session back.
Yes, of course.
But nobody not pose say, okay, well then say for resign. Nobody.
Sure. Yeah, just like you say, nobody, because we all understand the facts. Say, not so that they will go for everybody. As long as you go there, they give you agenda. So
Exactly.
you go through agenda.
Exactly.
And you know, say, as a journalist, you will be well informed.
Yeah.
And they inform you well.
Yes.
And then give you guidelines. So if you go left, they go ask a question where they go.
Exactly.
They bring trouble tomorrow. I mean, the best way is to avoid that, because not to that forum that you go for. I believe, say, if we say one per week or one per the journalist for ask question, maybe they might respond, say, well, we will skip that one day because not another part of the agenda.
Yeah.
But we'll call another press briefing and try to do format. But the journalists are well informed and they know what they do. Now make them just, say anything sometimes we can fall under any other business.
Yeah.
You're not too relevant to the agenda. So people not can just take.
But again, it be wrong for let the commissioner just think, say, oh, because these statements where they make now under AOB. But if I forget, if I forget, say, as it is, eyes then they on them. Yeah. Yes, then they to them. Because anything where you say, only the go na people they heart, they left na their mind. Anything where in do right now, any move we make, people they watch and pass how in they watch himself.
Sure. And just like I say, in like feel for realizing not to the right place for talk or for respond. So like a dropper on a AOB. So once then dropper on a AOB, like I say, most of the things the way they drop on a AOB, not to that relevant. So people not care. So journalists, see I'm saying, or other civil society, I say, this, even though it's relevant, but according to this meeting, for us, it's not relevant. So we need not follow, we ask questions. So that we just ask questions with things away related to the discussion who we carry for. Something like that one day, see I'm saying, okay, this now the journalist, then you side, and in the commissioner just say, I can respond anytime me go, as long as I get opportunity for stand before people,
exactly.
I can respond.
Yes.
So if failing for realizing, no, this has to be formal, and it has to be in a formal way, where we even invite media houses, civil society, government authorities, bring them together, present your case, look at the issues where Dr. Samura highlighted at the press release, begin to address them one by one after the other.
True.
Upon you analysis your responses, I mean, you don't make the game look fair small.
Yeah.
Even though some man not begin doubt you, but based on your explanation, your thorough explanation, I mean, you don't make the game look like some man will say, okay, I don't feel interest. Even though you don't begin to explain so. Now continue for watch this game.
Exactly.
But it just kind of the last part. So what about the other parts then? Relevant to that. Still one pay deaf ear to that. And like we say with the wait, one day we will see the response of the APC party with relation to the refusal of boss Mohamed Konneh and the commissioners as for serve as a boss at the ECSL. So we will wait and see how down they get for happen.
Okay. Yes. All right, Fambo them. If you just join we, remember say the program where you have the watch current events where they come to you on CDN Africa Media. You yourself can be part of this program by calling the number where they show on the screen. We got the phone now. We want for receive on our own call them now. Tell we but what you think. You can call we via WhatsApp or you call we direct call. We they pick and give you opportunity for talk na the program. Tell we what you think but the topics them we discuss. Make your own contributions as well because you view matter to we. This is not CDN Africa Media, or just drop your comments now we comment section. Today we will talk about the 72 hours ultimatum where Dr. Samura Kamara give the ECSL and the government of Sierra Leone on certain demands them where it make so far. And we will continue with the program. Don't forget, you self can call, make your contribution at the program. One for receive when I calls them, because now for now we do this program. One for ensure say whilst we receive call from una, it give zeal for we able for continue for to get the discussions right with una. Una continue for the watch the show, and don't forget for like and subscribe if this is your first time for watch the program. We'll go for a short break, and as we can, so we can continue with the program proper one.
Now not the time we for better, we country, we for come together as a family, live in peace and harmony. So during this election, that's not to option. During this election, we don't want to tribal division. All we want for see, vote without violence. Vote in peace. Vote without violence. Till the end they say, vote without violence. Vote in peace. Vote without violence. Till the end they say, all we want for see, vote without violence. All we want for see, all we want for see, vote without violence. Till the end they say, all we want for see, all we want for see, all we want for see, violence. Now not the time we for better, we country, we for come together as a family, live in peace and harmony. So during this election, that's not to option. During this election, we don't want no tribal division. All we want for see, vote without violence. Vote in peace. Vote without violence. Till the end they say, vote without violence. Vote in peace. Vote without violence. Till the end they say, all we want for see, vote without violence. All we want for sin, all we want for sin, without violence. Till the end they say, all we want for sin, without violence. All we want for sin, all we want for sin, without violence. Now not the time we for better, we country, we for come together as a family, live in peace and harmony. So during this election, that's not to option. During this election, we don't want no tribal division. All we want for see, vote without violence. Vote in peace. Vote without violence. Till the end they say, vote without violence. Vote in peace. Vote without violence. Till the end they say, all we want for see, vote without violence. All we want for sin, all we want for sin, without violence. Till the end they say.
All right, welcome back, listeners. You did listen to the program Current Events, right from TDN Africa Media. Don't forget for make a comment, drop on our Facebook and YouTube page, and also you can call on the number we appear on the screen for let you get your saying at the program Current Event. So we want to continue for discuss things them way don't they happen over the week. We don't say you enjoy your weekend, and they watch we live, and I hope say no forget for the share with the link, so that your party, your family, and maybe even your girlfriend.
Well, me, you know each day. But anyway, just share the link. Yeah. Share the link so that then self got the benefits from the independent, credible, and unbiased news where you get from we media house, because we know that's what they are for. Then reports where other media houses not they give. We will give them out because we believe say the voice of the voiceless, now we na the media. Now we for make sure say people them voice the head, and we for give opportunity to people them for always able for send the message out where they want. For let authorities or where they want let the world know. So continue for the watch the program and feel free for call as we dey hope say una sef go call and tell we but wetin dey happen around you community, or you tell we wetin you think but some of the things that we don't discuss inside the program. So we want to go straight to June 12 and June 13. As Famble them know, the country being they on a standstill for 2 good days as we've been start for do reporting from the 12th as well as the 13th, the 14th, because we want to make sure say Famble them get the updates as we all want them. And all the strike we don't happen. So far, the sit-at-home strike get for do this ECSL. ECSL EZEKIEL. ECSL EZEKIEL.
Yeah, like we say, the ECSL, I think, are the more it actually determine which can forbid the outcomes of this election.
Yeah.
And if we see people they pile pressure on them because they believe say now they hold the features of Sierra Leone for complete 5 years, and so whatever the ECSL for tell we at the end of the election, well, as long as it gets some kind of credibility, that's not the final, except in some cases where we know say some of the activities where don't they go on during or after during the elections or before the elections, not actually credible to waiting you go or you go say an election, this election, you go refer them as a credible election. You know, it based on the activities where you they do as an institution before and during and even after the election. You get for do it done until you announce a final election. Then when the final elections results come, then the final say if you get majority of people accept the result, and based on the reports where they come up from observers is positive, and so you go refer to that elections as credible and elections. So then people will actually accept leadership, even though you get some set of people not going for accept. But as long as then they're not the minority, they not get side, they not get nothing for do but for just patience, you know. So because of that, I think say the issues that just get for be surrounded by the ECSL, especially from the opposition, because when somebody they oppose you, they look at always the negative aspect of you, and the negative, the positive, maybe you know they recognize them because in our opposition sometimes opposition can be negative in the opposing some things where an institution can do or a government can do, you know. Then can tend for be propaganda and then kind of thing and they
Exactly.
for say out the false thing.
Yeah.
But like in a situation what you get for do it, everybody it's very hard for them you say and the right thing they do, where majority of the people not accept what they do say as the right thing.
Yeah.
You know, for example, we see the issue of the ID card.
Yeah.
Even in the ECSL, well, I'm not saying ID card, but even the ECSL boss and the commissioners, themselves don't go attest to the fact, even then your ID card, not to so then want them. If now they your money then pull for go print and make that ID card, they then go deny them because they know say there is poor quality work and they not go want them, they not go accept. But we see we not see any acceptance from the ECSL. Say we accept say then ID card here enough of quality. We know, but we sorry we're not going to redo another one as to the time factor towards the elections. But whatever problems we find out, like mismatch of names, some photos they not make, we go make sure say we rectify them one a day. But if you ID card don't meet you, that photo day by you now, you go manage them. But the one the way the photos not there at all, we go see what we go do next. You know, I believe so if they're able to get that kind of response than D to people, AMADU will not go get the issue of ID card now, yeah. You know, we not go get that kind of issue of ID cards. You know, but and most of them claims here where they come, we know they actually see a good response from the ECSL. And because we know they see a good response of ECSL, this thing they keep boiling in the minds of the people. They keep they boil. People they begin to doubt how somebody when they in charge, we no more by law, they go correct back, they correct them. They begin to doubt. You know, and so if we see the 2 days come to pass, or come to being, now as a result of the things that we done, they boil, to a point that it don't lead to a protest. So that is why we get a protest from 12 to 13, where we see, even though it's been organized by social media activists, but the reason is concerned with the ECSL. They don't get problem with the government, they get problem with the institution established by law from the government, and then they get problem with when the ECSL. So one sent here address by the ECSL, they are okay.
Yeah.
Yes. But because of the failure for address denting there from the ECSL, I believe NIMEC will get the protest, and NIMEC will get all sorts of things away. We will see as a challenge. As a challenge today to the elections. We will see them as maybe we'll begin to doubt the credibility of the outcome of the result during the announcement of the election result, you know. And so because of this, I think say I make the blame shift to the ECSL, because now they work, and just for example, like where they work for me, I know, then after I don't do the work, you give me the work, I give, then I find out one thing, problems, I tell you, say, hey, I made another mistake, and if for that you go back and rectify. Then I give the work, you don't even care. The response was, we get shifter. Hey, now the person will do the work, you know they take, you know they account of what you work. I mean, not to, I not give other person, and you are give the work. Do not send me to other person there, you know. So you see, a lot of things away we actually need to consider, you know, as to why we know say the ECSL they make. So you see, say this are what some of the reasons why there is a continuous tension in the ECSL and work.
Yeah.
Because of a lot of things and the way they fail for do.
Yeah.
So if we see today, everybody they say, hey, ECSL, hey, ECSL, hey, ECSL. Even the early voters elections we then conduct, we still get organizations and we also comment or say the ECSL need for do this. You know, all that they tell you say it's like every day the ECSL are exposed to the actions where they do. Every activities where they do, you must get there is a negative exposition seen at the end of the day. Anything where they do, you must get a bot inside it. And once you keep having bots, then they begin to doubt the credibility of the election. You know, I'm not gonna know, maybe I'm not gonna wish for let we not get a cancel of the elections, but I will wish that we ECSL series is for address some of them in there before we get into the elections. And I believe say that now the things the way people don't want to see. the response where they want to see.
All we want for see. All we want for see. All we want for see.
What is supposed to do before we go to the election? Yeah, now that's me they see AMADU.
Now the time we for better, we country, we for come together as a family, live in peace and harmony. So during this election, that's not to option. During this election, we don't want to tie by division. All we want for see, vote without violence. Vote in peace. Vote without violence. Till the end they say, vote without violence. Vote in peace. Vote without violence. Till the end they say, all we want for see, vote without violence. All we want for sin, all we want for sin. Till the end they say, all we want for sin. All we want for sin, all we want for sin. Now the time we for better, we country, we for come together as a family, live in peace and harmony. So during this election, that's not to option. During this election, we don't want to tie by division. All we want for see, vote without violence. Vote in peace. Vote without violence. Till the end they say, vote without violence. Vote in peace. Vote without violence. Till the end they say, all we want for see, vote without violence. All we want for sin, all we want for sin. Till the end they say, all we want for sin. All we want for sin, all we want for sin. Now the time we for better, we country, we for come together as a family, live in peace and harmony. So during this election, that's not to option. During this election, we don't want to tie by division. All we want for see, vote without violence. Vote in peace. Vote without violence. Till the end they say, vote without violence. Vote in peace. Vote without violence. Till the end they say, all we want for see, vote without violence. All we want for sin, all we want for sin. Till the end they say, all we want for sin. All we want for sin, all we want for sin. Now the time we for better, we country, we for come together as a family, live in peace and harmony. So during this election, that's not to option. During this election, we don't want to tie by division. All we want for see, vote without violence. Vote in peace. Vote without violence. Till the end they say, vote without violence. Vote in peace. Vote without violence. Till the end they say, all we want for see, vote without violence. All we want for sin, all we want for sin.
All right, fumble them. If you just join with the program where you watch the current events, where they come to you on TDN Africa Media. We want to kindly apologize for that technical failure day, as we don't fix them now, and now we continue for enjoy the program. Remember, say you self in call we and tell we what's in the happen. And as well, make your contribution for some of the things that we don't discuss inside the program today. If I them know earlier on, we tell them I say we top story. Now forget Sierra Leoneans. It is in their opinion on the 72 hours ultimatum where Dr. Samura Kamara of the All People's Congress Party in the flag bearer for the 2023 June 24 election, where he gives to the ECSL and the government of Sierra Leone, and as well concerning the early voting. So we've been there at the state of Freetown, we talk to citizens them, and at this plenty pan them being gets for say. Hello and welcome to TDN Africa Media.
Yeah. How you doing?
I'm fine. Today we dey na the streets of Freetown for sound people them opinion on how the electoral processes they go. And one of the things them we don't come up so in this whole electoral process now the fact that the flag bearer and leader of the All People's Congress, Dr. Samura Kamara, don't ask the ECSL for don't give condition them to ECSL for let them look into them in 72 hours. As a citizen of the states, what do you think about that?
Well, me as a citizen, what here they try for say, this we they deal with the main opposition party leader, right? And when you look, majority of Sierra Leoneans belongs to that party there. And if the leader speak and give in your own differences the way it gets concerned the election, I think say waiting the international community or the one they were concerned for do the need for solve them problem then they before we go into election. Because any half thing they try for carry it a chaos. Because now when you listen to his speech, because me listen to him, he tell we say if he did not solve issues the way he raise up, he go into the election, any result, you know, they accept him. So waiting down there they mean for it means say this country want for go back side we come out ain't not possible. Because one now waiting me they say if this man getting your reasons them and he naming reasons, right? Me I know they talk about party but they talk for the country because Mama Salona one we get, not or two Mama Salo we get. And this man a main opposition leader now he gives 72 hours. Then so waiting me there, people don't even start for vote. It means waiting the man say not even necessary. They don't even take the man in words for anything. But what they say now, they don't forget say this man, he gets so many thousands them where they support him.
Okay. As much as you don't already start for address the fact that election don't begin without they not look into the issues where the opposition leader highlights. But the ECSL say that's the part of the law for letting give opportunity to people them way like for instance the one the way they travel go maker for letting votes before then they go. As a citizen of the state, what do you also think about that particular excuse the way the ECSL give?
Well, me, I don't think say, I don't know man no lie, but I don't think say that thing they correct because this election where they vote for so, there is so many complaints with the opposition party, right? So if they don't go start for votes, you self look inside it means the man in what way talk not to correct thing. And the people the way the man say for resign, then still not then conduct this election. So this is not just a common sense. This election, if don't try for solve the things in force before ever people then they begin for votes.
Okay, now before you left with, what will be your final statement as a citizen of the state in terms of follow, maintain the peace, and as well as to the authorities concerned?
Well, me, what me they say to the authorities concerned, please, if we really love this country, let we try, let no fate not come again. For if we remember, we been small by then. The one that we witnessed the 11 years war not been good. And now after year, they bring them kinds war than they in the country. So me they advise and please let them do the things when necessary for do before going to election.
Okay, and if you for send a peace message, what will be your message?
Well, at the time for say we all just stay calm and be peaceful and go na the ballot box exercise we right.
All right, thank you for what you talk to TDN.
Yeah, yourself, thank you.
Welcome to TDN Africa Media.
Okay, let's go there.
You can tell family name if you don't mind.
Okay. My name is Alaji Baba Sako.
Okay. Alaji. And then this we are waiting Dr. Samura Kamara Bitok, the main opposition leader. He said in the ECSL.
All right, Fumble them. Welcome back to the program. If you just join with this now current event, when they come to you on TDN Africa Media. Members say yourself can be part of this program here, so by sending in your text message or call me to the number where they show on the screen, or you drop your comments. Now we comment section, we they read them out. That's not the views them where we begin for gather yesterday. Concerning what Sierra Leoneans then think regarding the 72 hours demands where Dr. Samura Kamara make to the ECSL and that of the government of Sierra Leone. And that now one point views them where Sierra Leoneans been get for put out when we go for good talk to them yesterday. We'll get for come with another view, so family them go know say we not just go take one-sided views, because we get series of views them. And remember, say this particular video here, so if you go on for watch the full one, you go get for day on with TDN Africa Media page on YouTube, so that you go able to watch the complete interview. But for show you how unbiased we be, we'll go on for play another slot of that particular interview day where we do with citizen them yesterday concerning the ultimatum where Dr. Samura Kamara give the government of Sierra Leone and the ECSL or make them put things in place before we go into the election proper one. We go on for go to the technical departments for take that particular slot day to say we get the other views of the people then.
From the position. So you as a Sierra Leonean, and we get a few days now to elections, what's in your own view towards Dr. Samura Kamara in a statement to begin?
Okay, let's go back more. Like that, not bad as for me as citizen, but the data, if then they count the issue, for let Allah take our country back, do the appeal to the government, let them pull the data for we. Then they make this by if then they make at all. No, Allah not going to take place as this country again. Let them pull the data, let them put this data. Really, we say we want that. Yes.
So you say the data ain't go solve all things?
Me no say if, because for now all things don't all things put on the data yet. Say na data. If this man believes now say if he pull this data, then go make it go loss or then go make it go win. Let pull the data. Don't everybody forget about it because we know what we don't pass by. Okay, because me pass war we know. Me I work from Konneh take Kabbalah, from Kabbalah take inside Guinea. I work cannot be there. So we know and then they kill. Let repeat again. Do the appeal to Papa government. The data if any count issue, let them pull the data. For let nothing not take place again in this country. We tire.
And yesterday, early voting be start where this first thing happen. For the people who vote before them, but for presidential candidates and vote for. So you self get any message towards that?
No, like that vote, not bad. Because I reason make them vote. Really. Not to the way they go harsh. I reason make them vote. Bad. Without vote, then keep on safe. Then keep on safekeeping for them. Really. For we the citizens there.
You think that the right call from ECSL for organize the vote that happens earlier, and the main opposition self no take part in this election, this early voting will take place. They mentioned say the thing of free and fair, and then self need the data for the people then would they vote this early voting. You think that the right call from ECSL?
So the data not been commodity. Whatever then.
According to the main opposition, the one they for votes, they don't get the people in list way for votes.
Okay, me as me own advice as citizen, me self are they against that. How they want them go no say they want them for this and vote for that, for this and vote for that, that's not common. Me self as citizen, are they against that? Really? Are they against that? For like what them vote, that's not common.
So what's the message towards ECSL?
Okay, what's the main message to ECSL? Okay, do please let them pull the data, let them produce the data for we.
Thank you very much for talking to TDN.
Okay, thank you too.
Hello and welcome to TDN Africa Media. For the benefits of family where they watch we, you go on for tell we your name.
Mine Aja Isatu.
Okay, Aja. We see the leader of the All People's Congress and flag bearer, Dr. Samura Matthew Wilson Kamara, been done give 72 hours to the ECSL for make them put everything in order before they go into the election. As a citizen of the state, what do you think about that?
Well, what me think about that? We as a the party because Mr. Seven and APC person. So, me as citizen at this country, a part of party, me as citizen. Right now, na collapse we want. We go picking them. We don't want no chaos in this country. What you want, a peace not want. Mohamed Konneh, if you need to do the right thing, make accommodate within team, let other neutral person can they where they do the right thing. Because person where them put you on side way for day. We go according to the law, you go according to God inside, God will help you. But we go do it in all right, you know, fine. You get sin to God, don't God go only for responsible. Long people and go get in an heart back. So me, Mohamed Konneh, before you can bring kiosk can for we, won't forget colat, you know, and count colat, let it come on within team, let other people and can conduct election for we. Peaceful one, and then we want. Because we don't used to get peaceful election.
Okay, one of the things that we don't happen back, we see say people that don't begin votes already. Even where the APC leader, they ask say Mohamed Konneh and in team for resign. As a citizen of the state, what do you also think about the early voting?
This voting, yeah, Mr. Segbe, I doubt because from when we come up now this country, yeah. One small I don't big woman, so I don't old. And no one day see them kind vote there for say half set of people and vote, half set of people and no vote. And no one day see and pass from this election. And then see and say half people and vote, half people and no vote. Don't wait the other party, nobody know the way represent. When a one grand party no money represent. So an officer say that not correct, you know, to write in this.
Okay, so you na mama, you na grandma. What's go be your message in terms of peace?
Me message. Lord get peace. Let Mohamed Konneh excuse that the place within team. Because right now, in team, they don't pull the one whole election for we. Because if it is be, you where they play ball. You they play ball now you na the keeper. You don't point saying at one team now in the win. So obviously you don't waiting for the way now you get for conduct election. So no believer. Me we sit down and not believer. And yeah for picking them. We not for picking them because like we not go they go so. And for picking them tomorrow bambai. Let them not can suffer like how we suffer for picking them. We they beg and let go. Don't we they listen to we leader when a Samura. All the big one them, whether the big one them, the high ranking them, we they listen to them. Waiting then they tell we, then we they listen to. And we not agree. Let Mohamed Konneh let left the place, even within team, because they're not competent. You know they do the right thing. But the way they are like in a small bubble, then put it on side for work. Do the right thing. When you do the right thing, God go help you. When you not do the right thing, God not help you. This is not politics. It is done. So, let's do the right thing.
All right. Thank you for when you talk to me, Mami Aja.
Okay.
Welcome to TDN Africa. My name is EZEKIEL.
Welcome back to the program Current Event. And yesterday we will be go around for gather the views of citizens, and then we been reach the All People's Congress, the young area. Usai we've been talking to a few of the members them for how themselves they feel concerning some of the demands them we them leader and flag bearer make. So we been do the same thing as soon as say we there so for bringing gonna come independent, credible, and unbiased news. So we've been take with time for go down na the Sierra Leone People's Party, their own side, for go able get the views of their own supporter them as well over some of the things them with Dr. Samura Kamara make, and at this themselves been get for say.
Go tell your name to fumble them.
My name is Geneva.
Ms. Geneva, how you feel about the early voting yesterday where the ECSL don't conduct?
Well, I believe that see where it already happened, not to the first 10 days, because some people and they were they say in Australians and they don't register, they hope for votes, but because of reason very important for themselves and for the nation, they decide say they forgo and at time not to foresee a salon no more, because if in a salon no more, so they go talk say after election, but not to salon no more, na the one no wall, so they not go wait. They say they go come. So before they come, election don't done, and then safe now they right for me their votes. So I like the movie yesterday.
All right, so in as much as they come to the biggest elections after this week, the other week, we come to the general elections. So as a woman, how you feel about that?
Well, I'm happy for let Sierra Leoneans exercise their rights. May they vote for who that they want to vote for. The only thing like where I go say it look what is small, now the kind threatening what is the world they give, but we believe say God therefore intervene and then they all therefore come to pass by the grace of God. Election therefore go free and fair, and by the grace of God, violence ain't not get for day because we they pray the Muslim Christians we all they pray. If we ordinary people and we they know they go church, they know they go mosques, we they meet up and they buy God the power, one on the kind of salon, and a positive talk that.
All right, you make mention about threats. What do you think about what are the reasons behind the threats we they talk about?
Well, some people they feel say no more, so they true by that they go able to succeed in what they want to do. You understand? Some man, even picking to picking, if they seem picking, not able to knock it company, but for let himself make that way, and they beat you, which of course you know able beat her. You understand? So all the kinds of some man feels that in your way land the way go able to succeed in what you want to do.
So which are this threat way they talk about?
Would they go beat yonder? Would they burn yonder? Would they kill people? Sometimes person not get for unagraded thing in there. But by the grace of God, that not get for happen in a salon.
So as a woman, as a woman, you get any message where you could tell your company woman to then threats there where they come like for born, pose for do this?
Yeah, what you know my get for say we born the good picking there and now we also born the bad picking there. If mama you see don't always see they talk to a picky positive way, things the way positive they tell her, even if you go on the street, it can't be one influencer for let you do that kind of thing. If you remember if mama or papa your advice at home, and I believe say it will say no, mama be selling not do this, papa be selling not do this. So we get more for do. We as women then. One we get for talk to women then, we get for talk to we picking then, we get for talk to we picking their friends then. Because woman not so for say picking no more where you born, now you go be kumbra for. You get for be kumbra for other person in your picking where see say they do something where enough fine. You they call her home, you talk to her as you picking. So even if you be don't plan for do bad, once you don't talk to her, you don't see in mama inside you go stop. And man then now we born there. And now we sabi by there, we go also talk to them. For me, they know because now they're more. Now, man, they're more, they bring violence. Not to read the
So, finally, Madam Geneva, in as much as we come to the general elections, and I hope, say, yourself as a woman, you hope for see team them where the next president will get forget. You hope for seeing them for one of the woman there. You go able.
All right, Fumble them. Welcome back to the program. Current events really come to you on TDN Africa Media. We go one for refauna to the YouTube channel as that video day go be uploaded very soon, and you go get the opportunity for watch all the interviews where we do concerning the 72 hours where Dr. Samura Kamara give to the ECSL for put things in place so that we go get a credible election, to the point of asking that the chief electoral commissioner will resign in other commissioner then, and we get independent accredited election management body for can organize the election for we as according to what he proposed. So we've been there on the streets of Freetown for get people their opinion. And that video they go there now we YouTube page and we other social media handles them. So now for make sure say you continue for the follow TDN Africa Media so that you go get within the citizen then say on that particular request from Dr. Samura Kamara. So the program we don't almost done and we want for let fumble them no say since this election we know say this is not election term, we get for the continue for the engage with viewers them as we go to engage over the weekends then now with several of our other programs, them, especially with election coverage program. So continue for the Watch TDN Africa Media and feel free for share with link to you colleague and family members so that themselves go benefits from all the updates we get for the Giuna and all the information we will get for the Giuna regarding this election business. Yes, so. And also we go bring down the curtains for today's program current event. We made on the bring the program country in a new name na AMADU Esba. They say Tata and they wish you a wonderful weekend.
My name is EZEKIEL Ekuma. The Tata and stay tuned for another edition of the program. Current.
Now not the time we for better, we country, we for come together as a family, live in peace and harmony. So during this election, that's not to option. During this election, we don't want no tribal division. All we want for see vote without violence. Vote in peace. Vote without violence. Till the end they say vote without violence. Vote in peace. Vote without violence. Till the end they say all we want for vote without violence. All we want for sin, all we want for sin. Till the end they say, all we want for sin. All we want for sin, all we want for sin.